Never underestimate the power of the hanged man. Hanging upside down from his legs, as portrayed on the tarot card, he may look to some as silly or strange, but be assured there is a method to his madness. The hanged man is all about perception and change in perspective, and what effect that can have on our lives. Lately, I've been pondering the essence of the hanged man and the true meaning of this card, to which I share my thoughts on this with you today. I have gained new viewpoints of recent by talking with others, as well as what I have learned and am learning from within that has put me in a state of contemplation. Knowing that should I choose to take action on these new revelations, that they would indeed have a profound and potentially lasting effect on my life. If we limit ourselves to viewing things in one set way, it can make our lives rather restrictive and in lack of possibility and potential. For example, we can view a square as one-sided in its simplistic 2D form, or take that same square in its 3D form, now possessing 6 sides as opposed to 1, giving us a more rounded viewpoint. The key here is to be more open-minded and objective, allowing ourselves to eventually see what was initially unseen. How about a chess set that sits on a table with 2 almost identical sets of pieces, the only difference being that one is white and one is black, just like the checkered squares they sit upon? Now, we could view everything in simple black and white, but unless we can open our minds to possibility and perception, not only embracing an alternate view, but ultimately in understanding this new viewpoint, we have little to no chance at winning the game. With the exception of the queen, each piece of a chess set moves in one particular way and is therefore left up to the player to carefully observe and plan each move strategically. No doubt the player, who not only sees but values the use of perspective, presumably has the highest chance at winning, as they are able to make use of the many moves and options available to them. As children, I'm sure most of us can relate to having taken the opportunity to lay upside down on the bed or the couch, experiencing perhaps for the first time in our young lives a difference in our surroundings, be they peculiar and even thought to be funny. If you didn't partake in this act as a child, perhaps you've worked in a sky-rise building, stood at the top of a mountain, or as I'm sure most of us have done at least once, taken a flight on a plane, seeing the landscape transforming before our eyes as we ascend high into the clouds. A change in perspective doesn't just come from one's own life experiences, but from the world around us and those who inhabit it too. Taking an interest in finding value in the differing perspectives and life experiences of others. Whether we know it and acknowledge it, we've all had an experience with perspective. But how many of you have utilized these new outlooks to help see clearer the many options and opportunities available, and to claim an advantage and assistance in moving forward? The hanged man isn't hanging by accident. He didn't fall from the roof trying to put up his Frosty the Snowman like Luther in Christmas with the Cranks. He chose his position respectively in order to gain a wider perspective to aid him on his path, and he does this with a careful tolerance. So I put this to you: when you are observing the world around you, contemplating meaning, searching for a solution to a problem, or even in want for inspiration, think of the hanged man and the power that a little change in perspective can bring.